to the WorldCoin Talk community. Today we have an AMA with FlokiRun. Here to speak about the project is Spaceman Warband Mode. So yeah, if we could just maybe go into a bit of your backgrounds in crypto, that'd be great, guys.
Yeah, thank you for having us. So just quickly, our background in crypto is basically I started back in BSC about a bit more than a year ago now, or coming up to a year. First, I was just an investor, and then I started, becoming part of projects, and then essentially decided to support more and more. And now I'm pretty heavily invested in terms of the time I spend on helping projects and helping people's essentially ideas become realities. And my kind of theory on this is also that I try and help the space a bit in bringing projects which are at least run by legitimate and honest people who aren't going to just try and scam. We can never promise whether a project is going to be successful or not, but at least we can say that we're going to try and do our part. Yeah, and so that's basically it. And Mode, I don't know if you want to introduce yourself.
So yeah, I'm Mode. Like the same as Spaceman. I started like 1 year ago, and yeah, I started like an investor, and then I thought, yeah, I need to do something better, and yeah, now I'm here.
So
Cool.
yeah, Mode and myself have I've supported Mode across quite a few projects that he's created, and our dev Nikisha, who's quite a known dev, at least in the BSC space, has also been involved in these projects too. So yeah, now we're working on FlokiRun, which we hope is going to be our biggest project yet.
Yeah, if we can maybe go into the FlokiRun game, you've fully developed level 1. How does it work for investors? And you can get like power ups and win tokens in the game. Yeah, how's it play out?
Yeah, so basically, FlokiRun it's a play to earn endless runner. It's powered by our token, which is called the FlokiRun token, otherwise known as FRUN. And so basically, the gameplay is that it's similar to Temple Run or Subway Surfers or Minions Run, where essentially the idea is to avoid obstacles and collect points. Except that we're doing it in a way where traditionally in these games, essentially you buy things in the store, and then basically once you're done playing the game, the value of those items essentially is equal to 0 because you can't sell it to another user. Whereas our thinking on this is that we're bringing 2 new things. The first thing is that the items that you buy in store will be NFTs, which you can then, so if you buy a power up, and then at the end, let's say a couple months passes by and you don't play FlokiRun anymore, you can actually go and sell that NFT to somebody who is starting to play the game so that they can use those power ups. And the same goes with certain characters and wearables that we'll be adding over time. So that's kind of what we think is a cool side of things, is this whole like that you're not just spending money, you're spending money which you can then get a certain return on investment for, and just enjoy the benefit of that asset while you're playing the game. And then the second part is obviously the play to earn tokenomics behind it, which means that when you are collecting coins during the game, you're basically actually collecting FRUN token from the game pool. And basically, so it allows you to actually earn some tokens while you're playing the game, which those tokens actually have a real value.
Cool. Yeah, I had a look at the demo of the game. It looks really cool. Exciting to play. The FlokiRun as well. You can wear different costumes. Is that going to be like NFTs, minted costumes, or will you buy them in the merch store? How does that work?
Yeah, you'll be able to basically you'll have like wearables, costumes, wearables, which you can basically purchase on the NFT marketplace, and then basically add those wearables to your character, and then basically when you want to, you can then later sell that wearable. So some of them might be limited edition, some will be unlimited, things like this.
You've got an NFT series planned. Is that how many are you going to mint there, and is that going to be able to be used in game as well?
Yeah, so that's currently what we're working on, is exactly what you'll be able to, in terms of the game kind of items, which ones will be just in-game items, which ones will be actually mintable, and then the kind of the rarity factor out of those. But it'll be the NFTs are going to be things around the power-ups and the costumes / wearables, whatever you decide to call them.
Yeah, and you're building an NFT marketplace. Will that just be for the FlokiRun NFTs, or will you offer that around to other projects as well in the future?
Initially, just the FlokiRun NFTs. I think the way we're looking at this is that we know, and we see that there are a bunch of so just to kind of bring in the kind of a partnership element that we see in this, is that we see that there's a bunch of tokens that launch, meme tokens that launch every week around animal names, mainly dogs, and some cats. But whether it's Lassie, Collie, or your big Shibas and things like this. And so basically our idea is to potentially partner up with other teams and basically create like an NFT character for, let's say, the Shiba token. And then so there's you can have Shiba, you can be playing with Shiba and then earn Shiba instead of front at that point, and just have those kind of as potential special editions of the game. So how a lot of games now have like limited time like seasons or limited time abilities. It would be something like this, like for 1 week only you can mint, you can earn another token and if you play with that character.
That'd be super cool. Yeah, I like that idea. And then you could maybe build that into staking and farming pools for the FlokiRun. You could
exactly.
So how does the staking and farming work for investors in the FlokiRun project?
Yeah. So basically, in order to earn the tokens, you first of all need to play the game, and then you need to be staking your own Floki in order to determine how much you'll get in compensation. That's basically the idea there. And behind that, it's essentially we want the user base that is using FlokiRun to basically help stabilize the price, reduce the kind of fluctuations in the market. And we think that by having people playing the game and staking their tokens, it's a good way to achieve that.
And how do the tokenomics work for the investors, the buyers and the sellers?
So in terms of taxes? Sorry, was it?
Yeah.
I didn't get an answer. Yeah. Okay. So basically, we've got a buy tax, which is of a total of 5 + 4, 9, 12%. So that's essentially liquidity, marketing, buyback, reflections, an operations fee, and a percentage that goes into the game pool. And then on sells, it's essentially a 7, 9, 13, 15% sell, which goes to those same buckets. It's just increased. There's 1% more to liquidity, 1% more to marketing, and 1% more which goes to buyback.
And I think there's a small amount of reflections, is there, in the tokenomics? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a 2% which goes into reflections, and those will be reflections. My understanding is those reflections will only go to stakers.
Okay, great. And what's the size of the team you build in, the core team and the extended team, the mods, the admins at FlokiRun project?
So We have a dev team, which is essentially outsourced. I think there are a couple guys, like 2 or 3. And then we have the core team is Mode, myself, and Nikisha. And then on the I think we have more than 10 kind of admins in the group. And the idea is to create a 24/7 voice chat. And have all time zones covered, so that anybody kind of coming in that needs any support or anything can just join the voice chat and have somebody there to speak to.
Going back to the game, will you maybe have competitions weekly for the community? But I know you can actually earn the FlokiRun token as well in the game. Yeah.
Yeah, so competitions are something that we've planned. Obviously, like we're trying to get out the kind of the minimal viable product as quickly as possible. So it won't have all the features. So it's going to start off with a very basic 1 level, 1 character. And then as we kind of release improvements to the game, we're definitely going to bring in things like competitions. It honestly, how far we can take the game depends on how kind of the market takes it in terms of like, do we gain market traction and get a good user base.
Like it will be web-based first, and then you're looking to take it to Android and iOS. Yeah.
My understanding is that it will be available on Android and iOS. Now, I think iOS, it's easier to get a game or an app on the Google Play Store than it is to go on to the App Store, where there might be a couple weeks of delay. But yeah, and I do believe they're also making it accessible on web-based.
And audits, have you got an audit plan before launch or after launch?
Yes, so the contract audit will be done by Interfi, and they'll also be doing the KYC.
And what's the plans for the marketing going forward after launch? What's planned there?
So essentially, we have a project roadmap which is in 5 phases. The first phases are already completed. It's all about the website and kind of initial growth. Right now, we're kind of in the middle of phase 2, and we're actually already hitting certain KPIs in phase 3 because it's all about kind of growing the community, getting the audits done, getting the whitelist and community competitions. We started doing, because this is the cool thing about this project is that because we're building a game, it allows us to just to access certain types of ad platforms that we can't access as a crypto. So we can basically do ads on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, whereas if you're cryptocurrency, you're basically blacklisted. So here we started doing ads on those platforms. We're going to be continuing doing those. As we said, we already have the game development that's ongoing. The game will be launched alongside the launch of the actual token. Right after launch, the plan is to do straight away some DEX tool trending, and get some Twitter influencers going, and then obviously get listings on CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap. Then we're going to be looking towards releasing the NFTs. And basically the kind of the influencers, the trending stuff, that will come like as standard. And then basically it's the kind of the more strategic marketing things are around the partnerships that I described. So working with other tokens, whether they're initially smaller tokens and building up to bigger tokens, but working with other tokens to kind of create custom characters and things like this. And then basically getting central exchange listings, and then working on one of the things that we'd like to get done is have FlokiRun presented at like great gaming, or at minimum at a crypto convention, as a kind of, proof of concept of what play to earn is and how it can work.
Well, I know, yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
Every project you're involved in, the marketing's all planned out really well, and strategically, it's not like it launches and then there's not much happening. You always you're all into it, and yeah, you've got a good marketing team. Wherever you go, you don't get involved in projects that haven't got that sort of push behind it after the launch. So I'm sure it'll be super exciting.
You can thank Mode for the marketing power. That's he's the one who's striking deals. He's the one who's got us up to. I think we're. I checked yesterday. I didn't check today what our numbers, what our stats are in the group. But yeah, we're at 8,500. Yeah, 8,500 members in our Telegram group, and we started that work 5 days ago.
Awesome. So, what's has there been a private sale, and when's the pre-sale planned, and what's the sort of hard cap, soft cap, and the amounts investors can get involved in the FlokiRun token?
That's a good question. So there was a private sale on the 6th of January that filled very quickly. It was a 100 BNB private sale with a min of 0.5 and a max of 2 BNB. So basically, most of those funds have gone to the development of the game, as well as the development, as well as kind of the initial marketing. And then basically there's going to be the pre-sale. Now that's on the January 20th. I don't have an exact time for you. It's going to have so it'll be on pinksale.finance. It'll have a soft cap of 125 and a hard cap of 250. And Mo, do you have the answer as to how much the min and max will be on there?
Yeah, it's gonna be 0.1 and 1. Okay.
So you'll have a nice spread of different holders. And Mode, is there any vesting for the pre-sale?
No, not anymore.
No. So everything, all the tokens will be basically unlocked at launch.
Yeah, it's a nice amount to raise and not too high for each investor. One being, will it be a maximum wallet as well, or?
I'm not aware. I mean, we'll have in terms of distribution, there will be some big wallets because, for example, you'll have the game pool wallet, which will hold a big portion, and then there's 5% of the total supply which is going to the team. Mode, I don't know if we're planning on locking that or not, and if so, for how long? Do you have clarity on that?
Not yet, actually. But okay. I know only that 5% is going not for team, but for exchanges. So, yeah.
Okay.
I can open it up to the team if anyone's got any questions for the FlokiRun team here.
Hey Glenn, yeah, I got just a question. So I like the idea. Like I've played this type of games before. They're quite addictive, and I know people will like to get involved with them, especially if they're winning some prizes, right? But I'm curious, like, have you thought about how those prizes will be distributed? Will it be like a certain pool each day, or will it just be for the top players, or how will people, or will it be like simply for every coin collected, you're actually getting, I don't know, 1 token or something?
Mo, do you have the so I can give you the high level is that it will be for coins collected. What I can't give you is if there's a ratio yet that we need to discuss with the contract dev. And then with regards to the leader having a leadership board and stuff, that is like we won't have that at launch, but it is planned in the kind of game development. And then to reward those, and to reward, kind of provide bonuses for people that play more and things like this. It's kind of taking tokenomics and kind of finding out what the gamification aspect, how we can enable gamification through tokenomics.
Yeah, it sounds good. Like, I mean, yeah, you do have the 3% for the game pool. That's probably gonna accumulate some tokens there, so it should be enough for people playing. So I don't know if you set a certain threshold each day that gets distributed to everyone, or even I don't know some sort of leaderboard or anything like that. That could be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and then and on top, yeah, we have the 3%, and then we start the game pool starts with 7.4% of total supply will be for the game pool too. So there's a good kind of stock in there.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so it'll have like a pre-allocation to it, so people will actually get involved. That's pretty cool. And it will be like free to play, or will people have to, I don't know, hold a certain amount of tokens or anything like that?
The very basic will be
That's
free to
what
play.
I'm thinking about right now. Yeah,
Sorry?
I need to decide. I need to decide this, but like I do think like it's gonna be free to play, and yeah, you just can earn it, and that's all.
Yeah, you can even have
Yeah.
a system where, like, if you want to play it for free, you can have a certain cap of tokens that you can win, and then for token holders, then you can remove that cap or anything like that. That could be cool, I think. Like, a lot of people would like that, maybe. I don't know. Sort of like tierage
Yes.
to the players. Yeah.
I like that idea. And so I think it's the way I've been thinking about it up till now was that the kind of the base character is available for free at launch, so that anybody that downloads the app can play kind of the initial level straight away. But then as as the kind of game gets more evolved, you need to you have to mint characters and things like this in order to and at least mint to kind of get special wearables and stuff, which you need to complete certain missions.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea too. Like to give people maybe a level or two, which is sort of kind of a demo, get them hooked, and then it's like, okay, you want to play, get your NFT and play. And I know you've mentioned like you're gonna have some power ups in the form of NFTs and all that, but it sounds like you actually want to build some characters that people will be able to play with. I don't know, change your character in game and get certain attributes, or will it be like just cosmetic?
I would want it to be. I think this is like we need to still speak with our dev in terms of like, because right now we're busy putting out the first version. But the why not? We know that our initial character will have certain attributes, so we can then fine tune and play with those on the other ones.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Like have a Floki that can jump faster, but one that's faster but doesn't jump as high, or some stuff like that. And I know it could be interesting. Yeah, it looks good, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and we've got questions coming in from investors. Semi, you had a question for the FlokiRun team?
Yes, Glenn. Thanks. First of all, it's on a great project. I have a question about NFTs. So what I've gone through your white paper and the website. So what I'm wondering is if I'm staking a character to get level up, so can I list that character for sale?
So so just to be clear, you're not staking characters, you're staking tokens, yeah. But in terms of so there's going to be an NFT. We plan on building the NFT marketplace, which will be around providing providing gamers with access to basically power ups, characters, and wearables. And you will be able to either mint a new one. They'll probably be available in kind of what's it called, like surprise boxes, and then basically so that you mint at a fixed fee with a certain, and then you have a chance of getting an NFT of a certain rarity, or you can go onto the kind of the trade part, and you can actually just say like, oh, somebody is selling demon Floki, and then you can go and buy demon Floki from them.
Okay.
And then and obviously you can also then sell if you own Floki God, you can go and sell Floki God on there.
Okay. So basically, when I mean we say character, it's basically character in the form of NFT. So then what happens if someone makes an offer to own my NFT, character NFT, which is which has already been staked?
So you basically when you put it on the store, you basically set the price, and then it's a question of if somebody comes and buys it at that price.
Okay. So can I transfer my NFT in the staking pool to my other wallet, and the character can continue to level up in that case?
I honestly don't know that exact detail. I don't see why we would not allow you to transfer. But yeah, that's all I can say on it at this time.
I have two more short questions around that. So during the lockup period, can NFT characters go level up and experience the game?
What lockup period are you talking about?
I mean, you have a staking period, some lockup period while staking, right? During that lockup period, can the characters level up and experience the game?
So once again, we're not staking NFTs. We're only staking tokens.
Okay. Sorry, probably
No problem.
totally. Okay, so I'll let me ask another question. So when a character, but I'll be able to stake the character, right? I guess somewhere you mentioned that character or a skin somewhere. I forgot. So when I'm staking with certain amount of native token, let's say for 4 days to level up, then after 1 or 2 days, if I want to transfer that amount of native token to a different character for leveling up, will that be acceptable situation?
1 second, because I just have a question. Mo, do we have any documents where we talk about leveling up characters with staking? Because I feel like
white paper. I guess the white paper talks about it. I guess the exact word is the skin or so.
Like
Yeah,
you can level up only by buying better skin or character, but not by staking it. By staking, you can just earn passive income. That's all.
Okay.
Does that answer the question? I think I'm going to check the white paper after to make sure that there's to try and clarify that. But essentially, the staking function is for tokens, and it allows you to basically take part in the earning part, in the earning side of things. The NFTs are, they're purchased, they can be bought and sold as one-offs.
Okay. All right. That's all from my side. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
We've got a question coming in from David Joy. David Joy, are you there? You've got a question for the FlokiRun team?
Yeah. Thank you very much. So I've been following the project for, let me say now, for the past 6 days. So, and I've been trying my best to find a spot to get into the pre-sale. So, and I've done a lot of research just too, so to make sure that I invest in a good project with a good future. So, and I see that in FlokiRun, because I really like the project, even though we haven't the project the pre-sale is not yet on, so which will be aired on 20th. So, but my question is still about the security of the project. If we see nowadays, we see that a lot of projects are having problem with their contract. So after launch, and it has happened to me like about 3 projects now, whereby after launch they have a problem with their contracts. So, and then they now start to debate like migrating their former token from V1 to V2. So I would like to know, you guys have actually audited your contract. So I would like to know, for the security of investors and also you, and for the investment of investors, I would like to know if you guys still want to go for more auditing of your contract, and what other steps are you guys taking to make sure that the contract is safe from meeting functions and every other thing that can actually affect the contract. So that's my question. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's a good question. The simplest kind of answer is we get audited before launch by InterFi. That is, then you can put as much weight into an audit as you would like to. That's an individual thing. The answer that I put, which is my, like, the way I look at it, okay, is the dev that we work with on these, the contract dev. She's very well known. I've done probably like 10 projects with her, and she basically, she contract devs around, I don't know, one contract every 1 or 2 weeks, okay? And I have not heard of one case where they've had to, the contract has caused the project to do a V2 or something like this. Like, it's the contracts are it's the token is like, essentially, my understanding is that most of them is now they're minted through Pink Sale, or not minted, sorry, they're essentially created, the contracts are created through the Pink Sale system. And then basically it's about knowing how to manage a contract. And this, the devs, our contract dev is, I could say, one of the top experts in BSC on knowing how to do that.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, like, the reason why I'm actually asking the question, so my question is not as if I'm trying to think otherwise about you guys, because I actually believe in you guys. I believe in your project. But some problems might occur from those who actually actually give you the contract, or audit the contract. So that's where my question is actually directed to. So, and I like the answer. Thank you very much, and good luck to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay, and Aisha, you've got a question for the FlokiRun team?
Yeah, thank you. Okay, I want to ask that, will there be leaderboard where the players can see their progress? If yes, will the top player get any extra reward if player retains his or her top position on leaderboard for specific time? Thank you.
Yeah, the answer is very easy. Will there be a leaderboard? Yes. Will it be there at launch? No. Once again, we're launching the minimal viable product, which is essentially one character, one level. And then we're going to be basically building out of that.
Okay, thank you. I do have another question. Okay, it's mentioned on your white paper that players can get prizes like coins, power-ups, costume cards. I want to know that, will one get them by playing game only, or can one also buy them from NFT marketplace and along with other items? And will each power-up be only usable one time, or player will be able to use it multiple times?
So there's no easy answer to that. The answer is yes. You can buy things on the. You'll be able to buy them on the marketplace. That doesn't mean that every item will be available. There might be, for example, on a specific level, a specific item that you need, and then that will just be made available in game for that level. But most items will be available for through the marketplace. And in terms of are they reusable or do they have a certain kind of lifetime? I think once again that will depend on the item.
Okay, thank you for answering. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, Main Beach, you had a question for the FlokiRun team. Are you there?
Good day. Can you hear me?
Good day. Yeah.
Okay. First of all, I would like to compliment you guys for a job well done. Then I would like to ask my question. So my question is this: what are the legal and regulatory guidelines, and how will the organization monitor emerging this regulatory consideration? Do you get the question?
So what's the kind of legal and regulatory framework
Yes.
that we're applying here?
The legal and this regulatory guidelines.
Yeah, I don't think that we're really aiming to kind of follow any legal or regulatory guidelines. We're just aiming to bring out a fun game that's powered through basically a blockchain protocol. That's we have not looked into the legality of this thing, because from our perspective, we're just making a game.
I know. So okay. Since there's no regulatory and okay, no, fine, cool. I have another question if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the competitive advantage of a project, and what can you pinpoint out like the strength of a project that others do not have, to attract more visitors and to create more community, to have more members in your community?
Yeah, so I think this comes back to one of the first things I discussed, which is that basically, so the gaming industry is only getting bigger and bigger, right? And then and the hot thing is mobile games. And basically, we know that games like these runners and stuff, they're highly popular, very addictive, and people just will easily, that's why people's bathroom breaks go from 5 minutes to now being 20 minutes, is because they're sitting on the bathroom playing runners. But the problem is that basically today what happens is you'll be in your runner, and then like at the end, as soon as you finish a level, it's gonna try and get you to buy something, and it'll be like, oh, this is available for $1.99 and stuff like this, and then you'll go ahead, you'll buy that. You get your power up or whatever, but then there's no you buy your skin, your character, whatever, and then basically 3 weeks, 1 month later, you're done, you've beaten the game, and all the money that you spent is essentially, the value of that money has gone down to zero. Whereas what we're trying to build is something which, through the blockchain economy, through NFTs, we can create something which, once you're done playing the game, the items that you've minted throughout the play, in order to play that game, you can go and resell them, and thereby, and then basically those NFTs take on a life and value of their own.
Okay, thank you very much. Why I asked this is because I'm a game freak, and I have one more question if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Okay, sure, thank you. So how do you intend to balance, how is the balance between the inflation and the need to use the token in the game ecosystem, and what benefit does this have for the game ecosystem as well?
Sorry, so what benefit does the balance between what and what have?
How is the balance between the inflation of the game and is there any use of token in the game ecosystem?
Yeah, so in the game, so basically in order to earn tokens in the game,
okay,
you need to be staking your tokens. So, or else you can play a certain part of the game without anything, but you won't be able to get the play to earn functionality without staking tokens. and then and basically the transactions, the transactions of people buying and selling the token on PancakeSwap. Every time a transaction happens, it basically helps fund the game pool, and the people staking will also get a reflections just for being part of the game. So while you're staking your tokens, you'll be earning from playing, and B, you'll be getting reflections from the actual token, the actual from people buying and selling.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So, about gaining more users on your projects, like on the in-game side. So, what kind of solution do you guys plan on to attract more players and improve your users' experience in game?
To attract more players, it's very easy. It's basically the fact that through by centering this project around the game and not around the current cryptocurrency, we essentially can market it to traditional gaming channels and through traditional advertising or traditional digital advertising channels, so Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube and stuff. So it kind of opens a whole new world to what crypto has been, or where crypto has been able to market up till date.
Okay, thank you very much. Like, I'm kind of satisfied now.
Okay. And is there, if investors join the community, Spaceman Bob, is there whitelist spots to be won over the next week?
There are mode. I'll let you speak to that. What are we doing on the whitelist side of things?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you good. Can you repeat?
With the whitelist, how can people get a spot on the whitelist?
Yeah, we are doing a lot of promos like in call channels, so they are giving away whitelist spots so they can try to win it. Also, I'm giving few whitelist spots for Welcome Talk group. So yeah, you can try to win it. Also, you can get it from Sweep widget. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to get whitelist spot.
Yeah, so if you don't get one through Whalecoin Talk, guys, you can join the group. Well, I hope that you all join the group in any case. But you can take part in the Sweep widget contest, which is on the group, in order to get yourself a whitelist.
Okay, great. And we'll take a couple more questions. Syed, you had a question for the FlokiRun team? You there, Syed? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you guys have single token for staking, governance, and FlokiRun game, right?
We have a single token. Sorry, is that your
question? So my concern is that when the value of the token goes up, the prices of the in-game item will also go up. Then the new player have to invest a large amount to buy items like costumes, power-ups. So have you guys any plan for launching separate token for game in future?
I would say at this point we haven't kind of opened that discussion. If we're if we get to a point where the kind of the ability to buy in order to play the game is too expensive, we'll think about things. I think that notably the fact that most of the things will be mintable through NFT loot boxes. That's the term that I was looking for. Then basically it'll mean that the standard kind of entry price should be the same. And then it's only like, if you want to buy something off of the store, and like that is owned by, and like somebody is selling it and they decide to put some super high price on that item, then if there's only one item, for example, and they decide to price it very high, that's the only case where I can see today where you would be stuck without where you would have to pay a higher premium to access that specific item.
Okay, it makes sense. Thank you, and best of luck.
Okay. Yeah, people have enjoyed while we've been talking in the AMA. So maybe Spaceman Bob, if we could do a recap on the FlokiRun project, what's involved, and go over it for the investor.
Yeah, no problem. So once again, so FlokiRun, it's basically we're developing a play-to-earn endless runner. The idea is basically that we're building a game which is similar to Temple Run, Subway Surfers, Minions Run. You have to avoid obstacles, collect coins. The big difference is that we have the play-to-earn ability behind that, which means that as opposed to a traditional game, you're actually earning something which has a real actual tradable value. We are all like the power-ups and things, our characters and wearables are powered through NFTs, which means that they also actually have a resellable market value. So it's kind of a new, kind of bringing in the new dimension to gaming, where when you walk away from a game at the end of it, you can actually have a return on investment for having played that game and an actual dollar value behind it. In terms of so we're going to be launching the game, a minimum viable product, which is going to be one level, one character, alongside the launch of the token. The token to power the game, token that you'll be earning is basically called the FRUN token. And so the pre-sale for that will be on the 20th. It'll be a hard cap of 250 BNB. It'll be on pink sale. And the launch will be after the pre-sale fills, and the contract will be audited by Interfi, and the team will KYC with Interfi too. I think that covers the big highlights.
We said to anyone listening back to the recording as well, if you post in the text chat, we can get you safely over to the official FlokiRun Telegram. And yeah, it sounds really exciting.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think we also have a whitelist giveaway too. Cool. Do you guys want to do it based on questions? We have a whitelist giveaway, and we have also a $150 giveaway that we want to take part in here. We can spin for the money. How do you guys want to select the whitelist? Do you want to maybe do people jumping over your Telegram and we can do it that way?
Mode, do you have a preference?
No, I think, they should jump in our Telegram and just, let me think. They should write secret code.
Ooh, secret code. All right. Why don't you tell me the secret code in DM, and I'll tell the team, and then I'll announce it after the AMA, and then we'll get people to do it that way. How does that work?
I think he's sending it to you.
I'm just to you.
Okay, great. So I'm going to do the spin in a moment, and then after I will post the secret word, which means people are going to jump over to your Telegram, and then we're going to give away some, I think it was 3 we agreed to, so we can do some 3 whitelist spots after. Okay, guys?
Sounds good.
For me.
All right. Just give me one moment here. I'm just setting up the spin in the wheel. I need another about 30 seconds, and we will be good. Okay.